You've heard of gladiators, bloodsport warriors battling in arenas for glory and survival. But what if we told you some of them were women? Yes, in ancient Rome, female gladiators were real. They were called gladiatrices, and though rare, they were fierce, deadly, and unforgettable. Let's dive into the lost history of Rome's forgotten female fighters. Gladiators were trained combatants who fought in public arenas, usually slaves, criminals, or prisoners of war. They were the ultimate form of brutal entertainment, the Super Bowl of ancient Rome, but with swords. The Colosseum alone could hold over 50,000 spectators, all roaring for blood. But not every fighter in the sand was a man. Female gladiators, called gladiatrices, were rare, but they did exist. They trained like the men, fought with similar weapons, and sometimes appeared in high-profile shows. In fact, Roman historian Suetonius wrote about Emperor hosting nighttime games that featured female fighters battling by torchlight. Imagine the shock value. Not just a fight to the death, but a woman defying every Roman expectation. These weren't noble women either. Many were slaves, criminals, all women seeking glory and fame. So, what did a gladiatrix look like? Forget Hollywood bikinis. They likely wore minimal armor to show off strength and agility. Some wore helmets, greaves, and carried swords or tridents. Others may have fought bare-chested, like their male counterparts, not for fashion, but to prove fearlessness. Their appearances were often sensationalized, used to shock the crowd and push the limits of Roman spectacle. But make no mistake, these women were fighters, not sideshow acts. Not everyone in Rome approved. Many elite Romans saw gladiatrices as a disgrace to Roman femininity. Philosophers like Seneca and Juvenal mocked them in writing, seeing them as signs of moral decay. Eventually, Emperor Septimius Severus banned female gladiators altogether in 200 AD, saying it was inappropriate and un-Roman. But that ban, it only proves one thing. They existed, and they made enough of an impact to be feared. Scholars believe it's the only surviving image of a real female gladiator. Though history tried to bury them, the legend of the gladiatrix lives on. In 208, a small bronze statue was found in modern-day Turkey, depicting a muscular woman with a short sword in the victorious pose of a gladiator. Today, we honor them not just as curiosities, but as warriors who stood in the arena, where most dared not tread. What do you think? Would you have had the courage to fight in the arena? Subscribe for more stories you won't hear in history class.